Hey guys, it's Chala from Crafting Through the Chaos of Life. Thanks so much for joining me for another video. Today I thought we would have some fun with some more 12 by 12 papers, and I have this piece here. It is from this Into the Garden paper pad by Recollections. It was one of their last year's paper pads, and I've used a few pieces, and now I'm ready to dive in and peel that band-aid off and start using more. It's hard when you're a hoarder of papers, but yeah, so I thought we would make a fun little journal that you can, decorate if you want, or it can be just a simple plain writing journal. That's fine too. And I love this piece. It's got some shiny bits on it, and I think just that'll make a really nice journal cover. So the first thing we need to do is cut this 12 by 12 down to size, and we're going to keep it 12 inches this way because when we fold it in half, it will give us 6 inches of room, so that'll be like a 6-inch journal. The height of it we want to cut down to about 8. You can do 9 if you want, but I am going to have mine down at 8. Okay. Line that up with 8. And then these we are going to use for pockets on the inside. Okay, I'm just going to grab my scoreboard. And we will go ahead and score this at 6 inches. This is not wanting to, there we go. It's being way too gentle there. Okay. And grab my bone folder. There we go. Okay, so yeah, I think that's going to be a great size of little journal. We don't have to, overly decorate it. It'll just be nice and thin, and yeah, I think that's going to be great. Now for the pockets, let's see how we want to do this. I think, yeah, if we just cut this in half, and then I think I might just kind of trim this away just so that it folds nicer. I could glue it down like this, but I'm not sure how. I think it's going to kind of pucker right here, and I don't want that. So let's cut this to 6 inches. Of course, you can glue it down and then fold it if you don't want to cut. That's fine as well. I don't like how it puckers in the crease there. Okay, now we have one little glitter spot on each one. I don't necessarily, really enjoy that, so we can cover it up with some embellishments. But like I said, let's cut this down just a smidgen. Use my guillotine for this, and just honestly, I'm just taking off like the tiniest little sliver. Like it's just that much. It's super tiny. All right, so maybe I want these, I could put the dots at the bottom and then decorate it. So maybe I'll do that. So I'll have the darker color of the blue up top, and then it goes down to the lighter. Next thing I want to do is get my thumb notches in there. And you can use a circle punch. I like this oval one. I don't know, I just enjoy the shape of this as opposed to just plain round. Oh, got some little bits from my last project coming out. And then I stack them together and punch them at the same time, both at once. That way I know that the notches are in the exact same spot on each of my pockets. Okay. And I don't think I'm going to do any inking on this journal, which is really unusual for me, but I think I will just leave it alone. And I'm just looking as well, and I'm pretty sure I want to round these corners. Yeah. Let's round these. So I could laminate this, but because I want pockets on it, let's do these both at the same time. Yeah, I could laminate it and have it be like a replaceable journal. Maybe I'll do that. I have 2 sheets of this. Maybe I'll do that for my second sheet, but this one, we'll just keep it like this. Now I need to round the corners of my pockets. I'm just deciding if I want to round just the bottom corners or the whole thing. Let's round just the outside corners, I think. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, super. Now we can do some gluing to this. Wow, it goes a lot faster when you don't ink. Kind of right into it. So I hope you're all doing well. It's been a hot day here. I know it seems weird that I'm in a sweater, but I'm in my basement, so it's pretty cool down here. It's about 33, 34 degrees outside. So that's pretty warm for us. Okay, there's one. Just want to make sure that I get it right to the corner. Yeah, just trimming that squidge away that I did just is perfect enough for where the fold is, so it's not going to buckle. There we go. Just had a little glue on my table there. All right, now this one. This is nice and quick if you're not going to, create too many tags or tucks or anything like that. It'd be great for, kind of like a last minute gift idea, or pre-make these. Have them ready to go as gifts. There you go. Okay. I like that. I like that a lot. All right, now let's let that go ahead and set up. I say that I'm not going to ink, but part of me wants to ink, but I'm not going to ink. I'm going to leave it just like this. Okay, let that dry and let's work on our pages. Okay, so we've got 8.5 by 11. So let's go ahead and fold some of these. I thought these colors would be really fun for the inside instead of just plain white, and I'm not even going to use any digitals. This is just going to be a simple writing journal, so we're not going to overly frou-frou it up. I might add a few tags, but for the most part, just keeping this pretty simple. There we go. So just what I'll do is I will just continue to fold these off camera, and then I'll pop back and we'll talk about how we're going to go ahead and sew in. So I'll be right back. Okay guys, I am back. I have got all my papers cut down, folded, and the corners rounded. Now, I kept my pages 11 inches in length, and height I cut them down to 7 7/8 of an inch. Now, the interesting thing is that this cover is 8 inches, okay? Measures 8 inches on my board. These papers, when I line them up, it's just a smidgen over. I don't know if you can see that. Just a smidgen hanging over on either side. It just gives me enough room to get that sewn in there nicely and just have a little bit of a buffer on either side. So you can do it the 8 inches, but it may actually hang over the top of your cover. So just kind of keep that in mind. I've done 5 pages of each color, which then turns out to be 20 pages, I believe. 5 times, or 25 pages. No, 5 times 3, sorry, 5. There's 3 different colors. Boy, math is hard for me, you guys. 3 different colors, 5 pages of each, which is 15 pages, which is the maximum I would go for a signature. Especially with it being, well, 15 to 20 pages, I guess you could do for one signature, but for this one, I think that is just the right amount of pages for this little journal that we've made. So the next step really is to go ahead and sew it in, or if you want to do sewing or anything on the pages, you're going to want to do that now. Again, I'm keeping this really, really simple. The only thing I may want to do is some stamping on the pages, but you know what, I'll deal with that as I move along in the project. I'll figure that out. So I'm going to go ahead and clip these. Now I have some jumbo paper clips, which I absolutely love to use. For me, they work better than the alligator clips, than these clips here. Yeah, so I just like these jumbo paper clips. They're a lot easier to use in my mind. And they're fun looking, right? Who doesn't like a big jumbo paper clip? And put that on this side. Yeah, and now we're ready to go. I think everything's all nice and even. And I guess what I want to also do is get that around my cover, because, should have thought of that before, because I'm going to be sewing it in all at once. You can also do a spine that allows you, like one of the elastic spines, that allows you to remove just the insert pages and replace them. I am not going to do that. I just want this to be a one-time journal. Okay, so now what we need is, I need my awl, and I need my mat. Where is that? I should have a pokey mat. There it is. This one will do. I have a smaller one. I'm just not exactly sure where it is right now. And then I'm going to measure about an inch. I'm going to stand up for this, and hopefully I'm not going to get my head in the way. But let's see if we can pull up our sleeves here. Let's do this so you guys can hopefully see as well. So if I aim myself about here, ideally I want something to measure. That's fine, it is what it is. Okay, so I am going to punch about halfway. Sorry, I don't think I'm going to be able to get this so that you guys can see and that I can see. Make sure this is where I want it to be on the cover, which might take some fandangling here. Sorry, just have to pull these around this way. There we go. Make sure I'm even. Good, okay. All right, I think I got everything worked out. Then I'm going to go in the center, poke my hole. And then I want to measure about an inch from the top and an inch from the bottom. Poke my next hole. And the last one. There we go. We've got that sorted. Now, in order to do your sewing in, if I can get myself situated here, back underneath my desk, and I need some waxed linen. You can use embroidery thread or string, whatever you have. I just like the waxed linen myself, and I just got mine. I got a whole bunch off of Amazon last year, so it's been keeping me in good shape. So there's 1, 2, 3 times the length of your book. Grab a needle. Okay. And you can have your string on the outside, or you can have your tie on the, what do I want to say? You can have your tie on the inside or the tie on the outside of your journal. I think I want mine on the outside, just because I'm afraid that it'll add too much bulk on the inside if I want to do a bow. So just quite simply, actually, and I also want to not start in the middle, I want to start at the top. It's been a while since I have sewn a journal, I feel like. Need my old buddy back here. Make that hole just a little bit bigger for my needle to slide in properly. Come on. There we go. It's just going to be that moment where I stuck my finger by the hole right when it pushed through. That would have been very painful. No, what am I doing? I do want to go through the middle. Sorry guys, ignore me. I want to go from the outside in, yeah. Oh my goodness. I am trying to do it in a way that my strings, I'm going through the middle hole at the last, and I'm not thinking properly how to do that. Okay. Come on. Get my fingers working here. So yes, now I can go through this way. And instead of going through this hole, I want to go through the bottom hole. Usually I go through the center, but that's not what I want to do this time. Like this. And then you want to pull it so that when you put your needle through the center again, you're not catching any of those little fibers. You don't want to split your threads, otherwise it won't pull tight properly. There we go. And I'm going to flip this to the other side, and then I have my needle coming up on, so I've got this coming to the left, and this is coming up on the right hand side of that string. Hopefully that made somewhat sense. Felt like I'm not really speaking English here. Or not well anyways. So this way I can just kind of play around so that I get the same lengths of string. Do it like that. And like that. And making sure, yeah, that looks good. My signature's nice and tight in there. Oh, I like this. This is looking really good. And then we will just tie our bow, and I'm going to double knot it. Just like this. And then that'll be nice and snug, and it should not untie. Okay, there we go. So basically, we've made a journal already, and we are not very far into the video at all. So I'm just going to do a little bit of cleanup here, and then I will come right back. Okay, I am back, and our journal is really done if you don't want to go into all the embellishing of it. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do yet. I might create a tag or two, but for the most part, this is really the video for you guys. I just wanted to show you how quickly a journal can be created. Yeah, and I think we'll just, you know, if you open up the pages and kind of flatten them out, it's a really quite nice writing surface. It's not too bulky. And yeah, I think this is going to be great. I am just going to flatten these pages all out just because it makes it less roundabout. Has less of a kind of hump in it. That'll just make things nice and smooth. There we go. Awesome. And then, yeah, then you can add something like a fun little pen to it. We'll just put it in a little bag if I can get my fingers to work. There we go. Let's see if we can package this up nice. And I think these would be great for little birthday gifts, Mother's Day gifts. Of course, you can make them for Christmas. Throw a fun little pen in there. And secure it up, and there you go. I think this is super cute. Don't forget to sign your work if you're doing any of the tags and stuff. Also, you know, you can put your contact information on the back if they want to repurchase a new journal from you. So I think that's just a really cute and fun idea for gifts. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thanks so much for joining me. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and go ahead and say hi. I'd like to know if you really enjoyed this quick video. All right, guys. P.S. I love you.